But there's another question, which is, how many of you here have had your lives touched through TikTok, through your kids and other people in your lives? I mean,
that's great to see.
It's basically, if you're alive, you have had some kind of contact with TikTok at this point. So tell us about you.
So my name is Shou, and I'm from Singapore. Roughly 10 years ago, I met with two engineers who were building a product. And the idea behind this was to build a product that recommended content to people not based on who they knew, which was, if you think about it, 10 years ago, it was all, the social graph was all in the rage. And the idea was, your content and the feed that you saw should be based on people that you knew. But 10 years ago, these two engineers thought about something different, which is, instead of showing you instead of showing you people you knew, why don't we show you content that you liked? And that's sort of the genesis and the birth of the early iterations of TikTok. And about 5 years ago, with the advent of 4G, short video, mobile phone penetration, TikTok was born. And a couple of years ago, I had the opportunity to run this company, and it still excites me every single day.
So I want to dig in a little more into this, about what was it that made this take off so explosive? Because the language I hear from people who spent time on it, it's sort of like, I mean, it is a different level of addiction to other media out there. And I don't necessarily mean this in a good way. We'll be coming on to it. There's good and bad things about this type of addiction. But it's the feeling that within a couple of days of experience of TikTok, it knows you and it surprises you with things that you didn't know you were going to be interested in, but you are. How? Is it really just, instead of the social graph, what are these algorithms doing?
I think to describe this, to begin to answer your question, we have to talk about the mission of the company. Now, the mission is to inspire creativity and to bring joy. And I think, missions for companies like ours is really important because you have product managers working on the product every single day, and they need to have a North Star, something to sort of work towards together. Now, based on this mission, our vision is to provide three things to our users. We want to provide a window to discover, and I'll talk about discovery. You talked about this in a second. We want to give them a canvas to create, which is going to be really exciting with new technologies in AI that's going to help people, create new things. And the final thing is bridges for people to connect. So that's sort of the vision of what we're trying to build. Now, what really makes TikTok very unique and very different is the whole discovery engine behind this. So there are earlier apps that I have a lot of respect for, but they were built for a different purpose. For example, in the era of search, there was an app that was built for people who wanted to search things that was so that it's more easily found. And then in the era of social graphs, it was about connecting people and their followers. Now, what we have done is that we are, based on our machine learning algorithms, we're showing people what they liked. And what this means is that we have given the everyday person a platform to be discovered. If you have talent, it is very, very easy to get discovered on TikTok. And I'll just give you one example of this. The biggest creator on TikTok is a guy called Kabi. Kabi was from Senegal. He lives in Italy. He was a factory worker. He, for the longest time, didn't even speak in any of his videos. But what he did was, he had talent. He was funny. He had a good expression. He had creativity. So he kept posting. And today he has 160 million followers on our platform. So every single day we hear stories like that, businesses, people with talent. And I think it's very freeing to have a platform where as long as you have talent, you're going to be heard and you have the chance to succeed. And that's what we're providing to our users.